Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Friday Live here on the Victoria Marie YouTube channel. So glad that you're here. Going to hang out for just a second and wait for some more folks to pop on. Got another layout to share with you guys, and I promise I will get back to my Hot Springs mini travel album soon. I actually haven't really felt all that interested in working in that album recently, but we will get back to it. Want to say hello to everybody. Hello. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm so excited. The weekend is upon us. I hope that you have some fun, scrappy plans, some creative plans this weekend. Even if you don't make anything, maybe it's getting your holiday supplies ready, if that's the type of scrapbooking you like to do this time of year. Maybe it is reorganizing your scrappy space, whatever it may be. Make sure that you take some time this weekend for your creative hobby. Welcome to everybody in the comments. Hello. So good to see everybody. So good to have you here. If you are new around these parts, make sure you hit subscribe. That way, and also hit the bell. So that way, anytime that I go live or post content to this channel, then you will receive a notification from YouTube. So make sure you check that out. Also, if you like what you see today, make sure you click that thumbs up button, like it, and that lets YouTube know that you're having a good time watching the content here on this channel, and it greatly helps out the channel. So let's see, who do we got here? We've got Vicky and Tammy and Beth. Hello. So glad to see you. Ariel, Brenda, Tracy, hello. Oh, Snap is here. Heather. Hi, guys. Hey, Karen, what's going on? Hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy Friday. I have got a lot of things on my plate this week. I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of creative projects, many that are due over the next couple of weeks. Lots of new things coming down the pike for Victoria Marie Designs that I can't wait to share with you guys when it's time. I'm really super excited about. So this week has been really interesting, just finishing up old stuff and then ushering in new things that are going to take us into 2021. I do have dates that are going to be posted for the Victoria Marie virtual crop, the last one of the year. So make sure that you stay tuned for that information. If you are a part of the Victoria Marie Mighty Network, then you should have seen that event information pop up. And then if you are a subscriber to my newsletter, I did do the save the date. It's going to be December 11th through 13th. It's called the Ugly Sweater Party Online and Virtual Crop. We're going to have a lot of fun with this one, getting ready for 2021, getting ourselves in the mindset of robust storytelling, getting things organized. That's what this crop is going to be about. So we are ready to hit the ground running in 2021. So stay tuned for more information. I also have a project that I've been quietly working on that I'm going to announce here soon too. In 2021, I'll be focusing a lot on classes and creative education. So I didn't do any classes this year. So I'm ready to get back. So I've got a big class that's going to be coming along. So stay tuned for that information to come as well. So I've got a lot of surprises up my sleeve. Hey, Claire and Cindy and Cynthia and Tina and Amber and Deborah and Karen. Hello to everybody who I hadn't seen your name pop up just yet. So glad that you guys are here. So today I'm going to be making a 12 by 12 layout, and I'm using this photo. I like to scrapbook photos about myself. Usually layouts that I make about myself, I have in a separate album that's all about me. So it can be any story, any of my remembrances, experiences, thoughts, the whole nine. All of these things go into that scrapbook that's all about me and nobody else, just me. And I really encourage you to have a scrapbook, or at least to do pages that are just solely about you. Because for scrapbookers, we like to scrapbook about other things sometimes, but not always about ourselves. So this one is called The Storyteller. And I'm just going to talk about where I'm kind of feeling right now in my life as I am next year in March nearing 40. I started to feel sort of this shift in myself, and I like to document those major shifts that are getting ready to happen. So I felt like doing something that has lots of layers and lots of dimension. So today I'm using the Vicky Bouton new collection, the Storyteller collection. In the description, I posted links to the products, or at least to this collection, and of course there's products I'm going to be using out of the collection for this layout. But I posted a bunch of links to that collection. Those are affiliate links. They're free for you to use, but I do get a small commission by using those links from scrapbook.com. So make sure you check out that product, and thank you for your support. If you do decide to use those affiliate links, you certainly don't have to, but I certainly appreciate it. That helps support Victoria Marie Designs. But I do have the products listed in the description, so make sure that you check it out if you like what you see. I love this collection. It has lots of bold colors. It also has a lot of mixed media designs, so if you like mixed media, but maybe you don't necessarily want to play with mixed media products, there's a lot of products here that have that nice mixed media look or a nice distressed look to it. I love the color palette. It's absolutely stunning. So make sure that you check out those links, check out those products. Vicki Boutin Storyteller collection is what I'll be using today. I'm going to show you some more elements. In fact, I have a bunch of elements that I've already pulled out of the collection that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using a ton of die cuts, and this particular design is going to be focused here in the center of the layout. I'm not going to have anything on the outside. In fact, I'm going to have a lot of white space. White space meaning not that the background's white. I'm just going to have some space that I'm not going to fill with a bunch of things. But everything is going to be centered here to the middle of the layout, with my photo being the focal point. And because there's so many beautiful colors in this collection, I decided to print my photo in black and white. And what that does is it frees you up to use whatever colors that you want to use on your layout. I know for a lot of you, you match your product to the colors in your photos, and I do sometimes, but not all the time. But when I want to have a little bit more color freedom, I'm going to print my photo black and white, and that's what I did. So this photo is 3.5 by 5.5. And what I wanted to do was something, again, really layered, really dimensional. I just want to play with product, and then I'll add the story onto it later. I'm going to have some journaling that's going to come right down here. Alrighty, so we have Bree who's popped in the comments. Bree is going to be moderating the comments. She's going to be helping me out. We had some spammers recently, so for those of you who aren't familiar, Aubrey is my wife, and so she's going to be monitoring the chat for us this hour. Yay, it's Victoria Friday Fun Time. Woohoo! Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much. Hey, Carol, and Ann, and Debbie, and Deanna. Hello, guys. So glad to have you. Just scrolling through the comments, make sure I haven't missed anything. It's kind of slow to pop up on my end whenever you guys are posting. So if I don't see your comment, don't worry about it. I will see it. Debbie says, yay, can't wait for the sweater crop. Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. What I'm using are two pattern papers from the collection. Again, my photo I have printed in black and white, 3.5 by 5. What I use is the app for the Epson Picture Mate Charm. That's the photo printer that I use. Absolutely love it. And you have the option to resize your photo up to 5 by 7. So went ahead, ran that through Pick Tap Go. There we go. I use an app on Pick Tap Go to edit my photos. And so I did a black and white photo, 3.5 by 5.5. I'm going to set that to the side. Go ahead and adjust my chair here. I have a bunch of die cuts I'm going to be using from the collection. I'll get back to that in a second. So I pulled two pieces of pattern paper from the collection. This really beautiful navy blue pattern paper. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, this is from the Vicki Boutin Storyteller collection. The links to the products are listed in the description. I'm also using this pattern paper. It's a creamy, sort of grayish toned background, and it has these colorful stripes going down. It kind of looks like you took a watercolor pencil or a brush and just doodled some lines down the page. I could have also turned the pattern paper this way as well to have the lines going horizontally, but I'm going to keep everything vertical. So what I wanted to do was have this navy blue showing on either side of the pattern paper, and so I trimmed down about 1 inch or so off of either side of the pattern paper, this white cream pattern paper. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this on because I know this is exactly what I want to do with this. Now I have a ton of pattern paper from this collection. As many of you know, I serve on the design team for American Crafts, so we get sent a ton of product when new collections get sent out or get launched. And so typically I'm going to have 3 or 4 pieces of the same pattern paper. So I like to make sure that I get those used up. Alrighty, so I'm thought about doing a border by adding some washi tape. In the Vicki Boutin Storyteller collection, there is an 8-pack of washi tape that you can pick up. I highly recommend if you're buying a collection, buy all the elements that you know you're going to use. from the collection. That's very important. I don't believe in buying up everything, but I tend to buy functional things like washi tape, die cuts, that type of thing for whenever I'm buying a collection, because I like to have it all. All right, so I'm going to move my die cuts and stuff out the way for just a second. And there's going to be a lot of layering involved in this project, and I know that you guys love layering. I know that you like to learn about layering, and so I like to make sure that I try to feature layering a lot in the videos and things that I do, so there's going to be a ton of that today. Alrighty, so I'm going to take a little washi tape, and it says tell your story, and I thought this would be perfect. I'm going to see if I can create some borders here, just kind of a point of delineation between this cream and this navy blue. By the way, I'm working on a new cutting mat from We Are Memory Keepers. Isn't this color beautiful? I just love this teal color. It's so nice. Okay, so I'm going to take this thin washi tape as soon as I can get it unraveled here. And I thought that I would create kind of, or add to the little border here, just a little bit of black and white and some text. So that's going to go here. Looking good. Black is such a fantastic grounding color, particularly when you're using a lot of colors on your layout. And it just adds a whole nother element. So it kind of looks like, if you look at it real closely, that it's just a part of sort of this pattern paper background, like it was printed this way. I'm going to do the same on the other side. And what I want is I want the text to face in versus the text facing out. So when I read it, I would read it from the inside versus the outside, if that makes sense. So now I'm going to add another strip. I use washi tape all the time. And this thin washi tape, if you're kind of stuck on what to use it for, you can use it to accent borders or any embellishment on your project. I'm going to just wrap that right around my layout. Okay, so now we've got the background done. I love the the paper too. Claire says, I buy everything. I can't help myself. Claire, I'm the same way. I tend to buy most of what's in the collection. And sometimes there's an item there where I think, oh, I don't need that particular item, but I'm going to get it anyway because you just never know. You just never know if you're going to need it or not. Okay, so let's go ahead and start building up this layout. So I have my photo, which is going to go right around here. I also have some die cuts. There are 2 die cut packs that come in this collection. The first one has 40 pieces of embellishments, which are really, really nice. You've got some different cards and butterflies and tags and labels. And the other one that comes in the Storyteller collection is a 50-piece embellishment pack. Again, lots of beautiful florals, leaves, typewriter, feathers, really beautiful. And there are larger scale die cuts. So like, look at these, look at that leaf, isn't that pretty? And then this butterfly. So you can do something super bold on a project, whether it's a mini album, whether it's a layout, your traveler's notebook spread. You can do all kinds of fun things with these really nice large die cuts. So I'm going to use some of those today. I'm also going to back my photo using a piece from the 6x8 paper pad. This is from the Storyteller collection as well. There's a 12x12 paper pad. There's loose stock pattern paper. That's a part of the kit or the collection. And then there's the 6x8 paper pad. I love the 6x8 because you can trim it down to the smaller sizes without wasting a big 12x12 piece of paper. So I'm going to select some coordinating pattern paper. And I just want to add a little bit of color behind my photo. And I automatically see this star paper, which is just beautiful. This constellation paper, very pretty. You can use these 6x8 sheets as a whole. So like if you want to create like a little mini album, then you have enough sheets in this little pack to do that. And they are double-sided, so that's even better. So I'm going to kind of go through and see what pattern papers I like. These are just smaller patterns from the same pattern that you would get in the 12x12. Really beautiful papers. Lots of gorgeous colors and really pretty designs with this one. This is probably one of my favorite collections that has come out this year from American Crafts. Get my little sticker off there. That holds the pages together. So just really look at that yellow, and it has kind of like a Harlequin type design. It's just so pretty. Again, I did put product links in the description. Look at those. If you guys know I love books. Look how fun that is that you can journal on. They're little book, the little library book cards. It's just so fun. Love it. You also have some 3x4s, so look at that. What a way to be able to use up this paper. You can do some pocket scrapbooking with that. You can put it in your traveler's notebooks. You can do something fun with this on your 12x12 layouts. Just really pretty. I automatically know that I want to use this paper here, so I'm going to rip that out. I love this blue. That's going to give it a little bit of a pop there. I might even use that yellow too, just to give it a little bit more of a pop. So it looks like you get 2 of each sheet. Yeah, looks like you get, so those patterns repeat. So I'm going to pull out this yellow. Look at that pretty sunflower. Sunflower is one of my favorite flowers. Marigold, actually no, I take that back. Magnolias are my favorite flowers. Sunflower is a close second. So I'm going to take my photo and we're going to start some layering. I'm going to add this yellow border around my photo just to make that pop a little bit more on the layout. I'm going to trim that up using my tonic trimmer. Love this thing, it's guillotine trimmer. Then I want to add another layer of pattern paper. I love layouts like this. When you're layering a bunch of stuff together, lots of paper, lots of embellishments, use it. No need to hoard it. Use it all up. Isn't that library card paper fun, Lindsay? It's so much fun. I love it so much. Okay, let's get this going. I think this layout might come together pretty quickly. Look how beautiful those colors are together. Now I can take these scraps and I can use it for something else. Maybe I should do a live where I'm using my paper scraps. Would you guys like that? Let me know in the comment section. Should I do a live one week where we're talking about paper scraps? Maybe I'll make that like a month-long thing. Let me know. Okay, so what I want to do is offset the photo just a little bit. Of course, I'm going to pop it up with some foam, if you guys have already guessed that. Now I'm going to take some embellishments from the collection. So I have this die cut that's going to be my title. I love collections like this that have good text for titles because then it's less work that I have to do coming up with a title. It just so happens to fit the story. These nice, beautiful large leaves I'm going to use. These are vellum pieces. This is a butterfly and it says free to roam. And this one is a flower that says beautiful. I, in fact, am probably going to trim off this word beautiful and use it for something else. But I'm going to use it in a different way on the layout. A feather, also some banners, one that says labels rather, write your own story, just be yourself, and a picture is worth 1,000 words. I love this collection because it is so centered on the storyteller, right? And that's you. Yes, everybody wants to see the scraps. Yay for scraps. Awesome. Well, we will do some lives focusing on using your scraps then. Okay. These 2 die cuts here, this is a ticket that says Omit 1, and I thought this was fantastic for a layout, just singularly about me. This is a little ruler. Also this number 1 card, which I love. I have some leaves that I made from the coordinating stamp set, I think maybe a few lives ago, or maybe I did that for my Patreon, I can't remember. But Vicki Booten has a coordinating stamp set with the Storyteller collection, and it does come with coordinating dies as well. You get a die for the large flower and a die for the butterflies. And I think I don't think you get a die for this flower, the leaf, but I did stamp this leaf using some black ink, and I had some left over, so I thought I might as well use them since I made them and cut them already, fussy cut them already. I also have this card, which is, I guess, designed for journaling, but I'm going to use it as a layering element, and then I have another ticket that says single fair. So all of this is very much focused on telling my story. So I have all those there. I have some dimensional things that I'll use too. I'll bring those in just a few to accent, like some chipboard stickers. There's a chipboard sticker pack that coordinates with this collection. Again, all the links are in the description. So I will probably pull from there just a little bit. And then I also have this really fun sticker sheet that goes with the collection as well. So I'll probably pull some things from that. This is just so beautiful. I love the hints of gold in this collection as well. It's just so much fun. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this thing going. Now, I'm going to grab my foam and add some foam behind my photo because you know that's how I roll. I like dimension on my layout. And I get asked a lot, you know, how much is too much dimension on a layout? And if you would have asked me that like 10 years ago, I would have said, I want to, you know, dimension on all the things. Give me all the chunky things on my layouts. But I found that the bulkier the layouts, the bulkier the album is. So even though I add dimension, I just change the size of foam that I use. So this is probably about 1/8 of an inch. I try not to go any taller than that. I like to use kind of smaller foam, thinner foam, so that I don't have that problem with bulkiness on my layout. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and pop up the photo there. Love how that looks. Now I'm going to start coming in and layering. So here's the trick with layering. If you've taken my Layering Like a Boss class, if you've seen me teach about layering before, then you know I kind of have sort of a 3-step method to layering. The first of that is to create an anchor. And your anchor piece doesn't necessarily have to be a large piece, but it can. And so it's your starting point from which you're going to build up your layers. So this is going to be anchor piece number 1. I'm going to put this right here to the side of my photo, and that's going to serve as an anchor piece. Also, as I'm starting to get going, I want to make sure that I have room for my title, which I will probably come over and put right around here somewhere, or maybe like this. That makes sense. There we go. Next up, I'm going to come in with some more anchoring pieces. So I know that I want to have a vertical element here on the side of my photo as an anchor. So in order to do that, I'm going to take these 2 pieces that came in the kit, this ruler and these tickets. So I'm going to put the ruler right over here, and I'm going to put the tickets right over here. This is going to serve as an anchor for some other embellishments that I'm going to bring over here in just a second. And what I want to do is I want to layer the tickets right on top of the ruler. I just want a little bit of that design showing. And then I have the tickets right here. Okay, with me so far? There we go. Now that I have my anchor established, what I want to do is I want to build up from there. So what I'm going to do is add in some supporting elements as I build up my anchor. So I have this leaf that I'm just going to tuck right here, and this is going to add a black element amongst all the colors that I'm using. I also have this gorgeous vellum butterfly that comes in one of the die cut kits, and I'm going to pop her right over here. I'm just going to lay her right on top of this ticket die cut. And look how those layers are starting to come together. Started with the anchor, now I'm bringing in my supporting pieces. Then I have this number 1 card, and I'm going to put that right over here. So I want that to show prominently on the layout. Also, I chose this card because it's the same color as this ruler. So what I want to do across my layout is I want to use colors consistently amongst the layers. So if I have a black element here, then I want a black element here. If I have a yellow element here, then I want one here. It doesn't have to be the same exact element at all. It can be a different element, but they still have the same color story, okay? Alrighty, now, because I have a vellum piece here, I want to bring in this beautiful vellum flower, but what I want to do is I want to trim off the word that says butterfly. You make your embellishments work for you, not the other way around, right? You're the boss of your layout. So if you want to cut up a die cut, honey, cut up the die cut, okay? So now I can use this beautiful word for something else. I'm going to set that to the side. And because I have this vellum piece here, what I want to do is I want the eye to kind of come across the photo sort of diagonally. I'm going to bring this flower over here. I'm going to tuck it right behind that card, okay? Nice, big, bold embellishments. I absolutely love it. Now I want to add in some finishing touches. So right behind this flower, I want to add in this leaf. Look how big and bold that leaf is. This is gorgeous. And because I added that element there, guess what? opposite it, I want to add another bit of green over here. And these elements might shift as I get ready to finish out the layout. And notice that a lot of these are large die cut embellishments, which I absolutely love. It's going to make for a really big statement on this layout is what it's going to do. Move that over. So I'm liking that so far. Because I have a black and white element over here, I want to make sure that I have a black and white element over here too. So I'm going to pop here this black and white leaf. And then because I have two of them, I thought that I'd pop another one over here somewhere. So we're just kind of playing around here with this. Or maybe I can pop it up over here. I think I might like that a little bit better. And then this over here. I have some space right down here. Now I want to reserve space down here for journaling, but I also want to make sure that I have room for the potential to have some banners here. I'm not quite sure which one I want to use yet, so I'm going to set this aside for just a second. Now notice I have this yellow piece right over here. I want to add some more yellow over here to this side. So I'm going to bring in this ticket, and I'm just going to tuck that right behind this die cut right here. Some of these things I'm going to have to shift just a little bit. I'm going to tuck it right behind. You can tuck right on top or right behind elements for a nice bold statement. And now I have, of course, my title. That's going to go here. I want a little something to go here, so I think I might either do write your story, storyteller, write your story, write your own story, just be yourself. Maybe that's what I want to go for. Just be yourself. Yeah, I think that's what I want. Because not only do I like the sentiment, but I like the fact that it's navy blue, and that coordinates with the navy blue here in the pattern paper. Okay? And there you have a nice layered design that's centered here. Okay, I don't need anything else out here. And then all I have to do is just write my, my journaling. And look how big and bold and chunky these die cuts are. Don't shy away from this, right? You can create a fantastic layout with large, big, chunky die cuts, and that's what I did here. Now, the last thing that you do, once you establish your anchor, you stack the deck by adding in your supporting elements. The third part of it is you're going to add in the details, and that's where some of your smaller elements may come in, or maybe elements with different substrates like vellum or wood veneer or whatnot that you can tuck and layer just for that added interest. So I'm going to probably do that with these star puffy stickers or some other things here in just a second. All right, before we get too much further in the process, let's go ahead and get these things tacked down. Now, if you want to be smart about it, a trick that I learned from card makers, if you take some Glad press and seal, I don't know how many of you have heard of press and seal, but it's a product that was designed by card maker Jennifer McGuire's husband. And what it does is it's like this saran wrap, but it's kind of tacky, and you can put it over your bowl without having to like use a lid or whatnot. Well, crafters have found that if you take a piece of that press and seal and you put it over, say, your embellishments, it holds it in place while you are trying to tack everything down. That's just a little tip. I don't have my press and seal with me right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly kind of move this over just a little bit so I can make sure that I have them the way that I want. Now, another design trick is, notice how I've moved these all out the way. I can expand this out to create a band of layered embellishments that go from the left to the right versus having everything so centered here in the middle. That's completely up to you. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and get my photo down. I hope this has inspired you to try a design like this. I'm going to actually shift things up just a tiny bit. My photo is popped up using some foam. I'm going to also bring out some smaller foam dots because here's the next thing about layering, is that it doesn't have to be one-dimensional. You can pop up your elements, your layered elements using foam, and that's going to give you even more bang for your buck when it comes to layering on your layouts, is adding dimension. Okay? And I talk about this in my Layering Like a Boss class. If you want to learn more about my classes, I do have a link in the description box to Victoria Marie online classes, so please check that out. I do have a Black Friday sale that's going to be coming down the pike, so stay tuned. Okay, so I'm going to add in this one here, just layering that right on top of the ruler, and then the leaf that's bringing in the black and white. Whoops, oh boy, almost stuck to my photo. That would have been a hot mess. Notice how they're sort of going down in level too, right? I love that. Now we're going to come in and bring in the butterfly. And the butterfly I do want to pop up using some dimensionals. So I'm going to grab, add my little box here, just two. And I'm not worried about it showing behind it because it has so much color and detail there you can't see it. And then I'm just going to pop that up. Actually, I'm going to add some adhesive here in the middle. So someone asked in the comments what would be the difference between all of these trimmers in terms of the guillotine trimmer and a regular trimmer. The guillotine trimmer is going to give you a precision cut that you can't get from just a regular slide trimmer like the one that I have. It also is a sharper blade, and you can use it on other substrates besides paper. So really the difference is you're going to get a sharper, crisper, more precision cut with a guillotine trimmer. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and bring this leaf over. Again, just adding in some chunkiness here with these large die cuts, which I love. I'm just going to stick that right there. Then this leaf is going to go right here. I think actually I might pop that one up. Because why not? Let's add some dimension. Let's get it all popped up. There we go. Beautiful. This is going to go here. I'm going to save that for last. Let's go ahead and work on this side. So I'm going to add in my card. Why not just use all your stuff, right? Use all the die cuts. Oh, I should have added this card first. Live and learn, Victoria. Live and learn. I never learn. We know this about me. We know this about me. Okay. Let's bring over the flower. Let's see if we can remember what we were doing with this, right? Let's bring over the flower. We're going to have to pop that up just a little bit. And then let's bring over the large leaf, which is beautiful. Love it. Let's go ahead and stick that right here. Some of that green showing. This is one of my favorite types of layouts to make. Let's bring over our card here. Do we want to pop him up just a little bit? No, we don't. We're just going to lay him down and stick him right there. Here I go pulling stuff up again. Don't be like me, folks. Don't stick things down and then pull them up. Don't be like me. Alrighty. And then this little piece here. We're going to just stick it right there. All of that layering. I love it, love it, love it. The title, let's pop that up using some foam. It's almost done with that. Let's grab some more. Well, do I have to resort to my little ones here? I might have to. All right, let's just pop that up real good. There we go. Take the backings off. Let me bring my little desktop trash bin that I got from Michael's in the impulse section. Take that off. I probably use dimensionals on all of my projects as I love dimension and I love texture and layering and color and sparkle. I love it all. So let's go ahead and put that here. Yes, I love it. And then Just Be Yourself is going to go here, the little label. If you've been scrapbooking for as long as I have or longer, over time you develop your style, your personal style. And I truly believe that you need to do what it is that you like. That's what's going to fire you up, right? That's going to keep you coming back to this hobby time and time again, is doing what you like, doing what you enjoy. Let's see, maybe I want to put that here. No, I think I want to put it, here, I think. Or do I want to put it here? So many options. It's always that last little detail. I think I like it there. If not, I can change it. It's no big deal. Okay. So now I have plenty of room to put my journaling, which is going to go right over down this way, which I don't have pre-typed just yet, but I'm going to type it up. In fact, I need to finish off the other layout I made last week so I can post it up. You guys can see it. Okay, so here we go. Now, the last part of the layering journey is to add some details. So I'm going to look to see what I have in or on this little chipboard sheet here. I kind of like this. I like the idea of having a little banner piece there. Something like that, right over the photo. So that's one. Since I did a butterfly here, how about we mimic that butterfly and put one over here? Maybe have the butterfly floating something like that, or maybe close to here. Now, honestly, I did something that I hate doing. I covered up this piece of the layering a little bit too much. The, my anchor piece, this piece here, I covered that up a little bit too much than what I wanted, and I hate doing that because why have something and you can't see it on your layout? But I'm gonna have to live with it because it's there. Little black and white element here, just adding on these finishing pieces. This is when I tend to go for the smaller bits. Gonna add a butterfly here as well. Oh my God, I'm loving this, people. Loving this. Oh, this collection, I cannot begin to tell you how much this collection makes me so happy. I absolutely love it. Okay, let me go to the comments real quick. Oh, I miss Basic Gray too. Someone's talking about Basic Gray. I love it. India says, I love using black and white photos. It makes it so easy to use whatever color embellishment papers you want. Exactly. Exactly. Thanks, Barb. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. I think there's just a lot going on here, and I absolutely love it. I just love this so much. I thought about adding I love this tab, so I thought about adding it somewhere, but I'm not going to do that. That just takes away from that center design that I like so much. Let's see, is there anything else I want to add to this? It's just so pretty. I thought about adding a little heart, like another little, like a gold something, just to bring a little bit more sparkle. This is my jam right here, people. This is what I love the most about scrapbooking, is layering. I need to have a balance on my layouts, right? Like, I need to have tons of layering, texture, and dimension, but I also have to have a lot of room for the story too, you know? And then sometimes you just feel like being artistic. You know, like Vicki Booten says that she doesn't necessarily scrapbook to tell a story. She likes playing with the product, and she's an artist by training. So she likes playing with product, which definitely comes across in her collection. And she likes putting together her layouts, and then she figures out a photo to go with her layouts. And some people scrapbook that way, and that's perfectly okay to do. You do whatever it is that you want to do, right? Absolutely. The butterflies. There's butterflies all throughout this collection. And it kind of looks like I've kind of got this sort of whimsical butterflies situation going on. It looks like it's about to just fly off the page. And Abler alert, just use the link to put all the things in my cart. Yay! I love it. I love it. And Angie says, I tend to work smaller, so I've been challenged with these large die cuts, so they're beautiful. They are very beautiful. If you're creating a layout that is smaller than a 12 by 12, like maybe you're creating an 8.5 by 11, a 6 by 8, maybe you work at a traveler's notebook size, you can still use these large die cuts, maybe not as many, but you can use them as a focal point element on your layout. Maybe I should do that as a live one day, or at least maybe as a class one day, like a mini class. I do have a series of mini classes that are going to be coming out in 2021, so maybe I'll add that. How can you work with large die cuts when you are a smaller scale scrapbooker? Maybe I'll do that. Deanna, thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. Okay, so what I want to do next is see if I have anything else I want to add to this particular layout. It just looks so pretty. And you know the cool thing about this collection is that Vicki has designed this to where you can literally use all the elements in this collection and create something spectacular. You can bring in your mixed media, you can bring in, which by the way, she does have mixed media products for you to use with her collections. I could stop right here and it looks like a super dynamic layout. Like I don't need to add anything else to it. But if I wanted to, I could. Like if I wanted to add some puffies, some wood veneers, some cork or whatnot, I could totally continue to just have fun and bling this out as much as I want to. But the cool thing about these larger embellishments, all the color, all the dimension, all the detail with the gold is that it does the work for you, right? Why work harder when you can work smarter? And that's what I'm all about with Storyteller. So I've got my my die cuts, my vellum, my chipboard. There's also these puffy stickers that come with the collection, and so I think I am looking at the gold puffy stickers. You get 2 sheets in the pack. So I think I'm just going to add just a small little smidgen of these stars here and there around my cluster. I just want the tiny gold stars. That little bitty tiny element that just finishes it out. I love that. What I'm going to do off camera, because I can't journal on camera, I'm not that talented, is I'm going to add the journaling. I'm going to type it up, and I'll probably type the journaling on Vellum, either as a block or as journaling strips, depending on how much I have to say. And then I'm going to put the journaling right here at the bottom of the layout. I'm trying to decide if there's anything else more that I want for this. I think that's it. Now, for those of you who are interested in mixed media, this is just some ideas. The Storyteller collection does have stencils. It's called Radiate Stencils. Lots of really fun designs. There's actually 3 designs in the stencil pack. Excellent, excellent value. So if you wanted to sort of elevate this a little bit more, you could take a stencil and maybe some ink and do a nice sort of inked stenciling design as part of your layers. Your layers don't always have to be something physical, right? It can be a mixed media layer that you put with your die cuts and your other embellishments. Just want to let you guys know that. And to let you know that there are stencils that come with this collection. There's another pack of stencils as well. Again, links in the description. This is called the Wild Soul stencils. This is a text stencil. Really, really beautiful. And I'm trying to read what it says. Love these moments, inspire others, do the right thing, or something like that. Then you have this sort of geometric stencil, and then this one here. So all of this is designed to work together. Like she makes using mixed media super easy. by the way. I'm not using any mixed media on this layout, but you can add that as another part of the layering design for your layout. Alrighty, I am at the end of this project. I think the only other thing I want to do is add the journaling, and then I think what I'll do is I'm going to add some small sprinkles of ink on it, but I'm going to do that after I do the journaling. So I know exactly where I want the sprinkles to go. That's just going to add just a tiny bit more flair to the layout. Alrighty, so to recap, started with the 2 pattern papers for my background, use the washi tape from the Vicky Booten Storyteller collection to create a more detail here on the side of the layout. And I really love how that black sort of makes everything else pop, and I love the text, and it goes in line with the theme of the layout. I adhered my 3.5 by 5.5 photo using some foam tape, and then to that I added some of those large chunky die cuts from the collection. Started with my anchor, which is your beginning piece that you're going to then build upon. The second step is you're going to stack the deck with other supporting elements that you want, various sizes, various heights, adding some dimension to that to make them pop and add some interest. And then to finish out your layers, you're going to add the finishing detail, and this is usually going to be your smaller elements typically. It can be something that is dimensional. It can be something that adds a little bit of shine, shimmer to your layout. And then, of course, you want to add your title. And to finish this all out, as I mentioned, I'm going to add the journaling right down here, and you guys will be able to see that once the layout's finished. I don't have the journaling yet, but you'll be able to see it. All right, I'm going to go to the comments really quickly. And I think this layout came together in like 40 minutes or something like that. So Barb says, I don't know if I missed it. I had to take a phone call. What size photo are you using? It's 3.5 by 5.5. Is the size photo that I'm using for this. And I like this size because it allows me to get more photos on a single 12 by 12 page, as I usually do single page layouts. Although this is a one photo layout, I tend to use about 2 photos at minimum for most of my layouts, up to 4, 5, or 6, depending on what it is that I'm trying to do. So 3.5 by 5.5 is an excellent size if you want to get a little bit of a larger photo on your layout. Thanks so much for the comments, guys. I appreciate that. Let's see. The dolphin, does it? Oh, she says, I'm going to have to, I'm sorry, I'm getting the comments in late. I'm going to have to tell people not to call me around 2 on Fridays. That's awesome. Tell me you're busy. You have an appointment on Fridays. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, thank you. Let me shoot through the comments again just to make sure there's any other questions. Heather says she has 5 paper trimmers. She needs an intervention. You won't get an intervention from me. You know I'm an enabler, so buy all the things. Tammy says, in case my trimmers, in the case with my trimmers, if one gets buried, I have another one handy to use. Exactly. See, Heather, you have those 5 trimmers for a reason, right? You lose one, you got another. Oh my goodness, that's too funny. Only people in our community understand this. Heather, yes, totally scrap lift. Scrap lift away, my friend. All right, a couple of things before we end today's live. First of all, thank you so much for joining me. I absolutely love it. Next week, I just realized, is Thanksgiving week here in the U.S., and so I won't be on next Friday. I will probably have a scrapbook process video that'll pop up next Friday. I told myself that I'm going to take the holiday off, as I should. Corinne and I are going to have our jump off to the Christmas holiday by watching Noel on Disney Plus. We watched that. It premiered last year when Disney Plus premiered, and we watched it like 25, 30 times. It's one of our favorites. And so we decided that we're going to kick off the holidays by making waffles and drinking hot cocoa, which is Noel, the main character in the movie. It's her favorite thing to eat. And we're going to sit and watch Noel and just have a good time after Thanksgiving. Of course, I'm cooking a small meal. So for those of you who are observing Thanksgiving here in the U.S., happy Thanksgiving to you. You'll probably see some recorded videos here on the Victoria Marie YouTube channel. Also, stay tuned if you haven't already, and the links are in the description. Make sure you're following me on my socials, subscribe to the e-newsletter, and join me on the Victoria Marie Mighty Network. I'm going to be posting more information about the last crop of the year, my ugly sweater party online virtual crop. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be getting ready to Scrapbook in 2021. So if you need kind of that push to kind of get yourself prepped for that, you like creative challenges, prizes, and giveaways, come and join us. We do live Zooms. I'm going to be doing a live mini class for that one. So make sure that you come, check it out. More details are coming for that. So stay tuned. The best way to stay on top of this is to join my e-newsletter and follow me on my socials, because that's where I'm always talking about it. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And if you like what you saw in this live, make sure you hit that like button. That tells YouTube that you really like coming to the Victoria Marie YouTube channel and watching my content. I totally appreciate it. If you're new around these parts, welcome to the Victoria Marie Scrap Boss community. I'm so glad to have you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button when you do click the bell. That way you'll be notified each and every time a new video or live comes here on the Victoria Marie YouTube channel. If you liked the product that you saw me work with today, it is the Vicky Booten Storyteller collection. Those links are in the description. They are affiliate links, completely free for you to use, but I do get a small commission from the company that is providing with the links, which is scrapbook.com. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this Friday Live. Have a fantastic holiday next week. We won't be live next Friday, but we'll be live the following Friday. Make sure you're joining me on all of my socials. I love you all. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.